Hi, my name is Mahima and I'll be interviewing this case.
Hi.
So don't be nervous, okay? So I'm here to understand what happened with you during the incident. And before continue, I would like to say if you want to stop or if you want to correct me, you can whenever you want to. And before begin, can I just ask your name and your address?
Yeah, my name is John Smith, and I live at 223 Henry Street, Kitchener, Ontario.
Okay, and whenever you're ready, just tell me from the starting till the end what happened with you during your shift.
Yeah, for sure. So I guess it was I think it was November 15th that I worked at the ore docks at DeFasco, which is a company that I work for. I've been working for them for the past 7 years. They're just on Conventry Street in Hamilton. But anyways, my shift ended at 2 p.m. when a coworker relieved me, and then I punched out at 2:05 p.m. just before grabbing a shower and changing. It's a hot place to work. I drove home my usual way, and then I shop a lot at the convenience store, right, where this incident took place. I was on my way home, and I needed to get some bread, milk, and some smokes. It's right around the corner from my place. I got to the store around 3:30 p.m. It takes me about 45-60 minutes to get home from work, depending on the traffic. Traffic wasn't bad that day, so the drive was okay. When I got to Max, there was no other cars in the parking lot. I think the clerk's car was parked off to the side of the store when I went inside, so something seemed weird to me. I don't know what exactly was going on. Cheryl was working that afternoon. She's normally super friendly, and she greets me with a big smile, a cheerful hello whenever I enter the store. So we're kind of, I guess on personal terms, I suppose. So anyways, that day she just stood there staring at a customer directly in front of her and was barely giving me any glances as I entered the store. So it was really weird, and I was wondering what was going on because, like I said, normally she's really friendly and she's always upbeat. So anyways, I got my stuff and I went to the cash to pay, and just when I was behind the guy that she was talking to, he suddenly turned around to start facing me. At this point when he turned around, I realized he had a gun in his right hand and a plastic bag in his left. He pointed the gun at me and told me to move, and I immediately stepped to my right, and he quickly walked by me to the front of the store. Just before leaving, he turned back towards the counter and said, "If you know what's good for you, don't call the cops," and then he ran out the door. So.
Okay, so what is the name of the receptionist you mentioned?
That was Cheryl.
Okay, Sharon, right?
I know she has a last name, but it's not in my notes. I don't know why. It doesn't have it. Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
Okay, so do you know her personally?
Yeah, I do. Well, not I guess on a personal level. We don't really get into in-depth conversations with one another, but usually it's like a hey, hello, how's your day going type of thing. She's usually that type of store clerk. Yeah.
Okay, and how often do you come into the store? Was that the regular timing? You always come that time?
Yeah, I usually try to go, like I said, I punch out at 2:05, and then so it takes me about 45 to 60 minutes to get from my work to the store. So I arrived at about 3:30 p.m. So yeah, I'd say that around that.
Okay, so earlier you mentioned that you noticed the suspect around 3:30 p.m., right?
Yeah, I'd say around then, maybe within a 10-minute front, 3:30 to 3:40, because I got my stuff and then, went to the front. So, yeah, somewhere around the 10-minute time frame, yeah.
Okay, so did you notice something weird, when you entered into the store? Did you notice something weird?
Yeah, so, the main things that I noticed was the fact that, there was no cars in the parking lot, and normally Cheryl parks her car just on the front and works that way, but her car was parked off on the side, and so things felt just different that day for some reason with the whole atmosphere of the store, just the fact that there was nobody there. Her car is off on the side where it's normally parked on the front of the store, and then to walk in and not have her greet me with her usual cheery mood was very bizarre. So I immediately felt that something was going on. I just didn't know that this this
Okay.
guy was trying to rob the store.
So, did you notice something strange about suspect, like when you entered?
When I first walked up, when I was initially walking past them, I heard a muffled conversation, and I thought heard her say she was scared and didn't want to get hurt. The guy was also leaning on the counter when I first saw them. She was crying, Cheryl, the clerk. So it was a very like emotional exchange between the two of them.
Okay, so did you notice something like any facial hair on the suspect face, any mole?
Yeah, so he had a pale complexion. He had deep set brown eyes. He was clean shaven, and he did have a mark on his cheek. It was the right cheek facing me.
Okay.
I thought it was some sort of like facial, like a skin tag or something, but after I looked further, I realized that it was a small tattoo.
Okay.
That actually looked in the shape of a star. So.
Perfect. So, could you tell me how tall he was? Like, any idea?
Yeah, I'd say he was probably about 5 feet 10 inches tall. I'm sure of his height because when he was standing directly in front of me, he was a couple inches shorter than I am, and I'm 6 feet. So.
Oh, okay. And how old he was? Any suggestion, like?
He seemed like he was a younger guy. I'd say maybe 22, 23.
Okay, perfect. So, did he wearing something on his head, or like anything muffler or something?
Yeah, he had a baseball style hat on with one of the black Nike check
the
marks
mark,
on it.
okay.
Yeah.
And what color was the hat? Like, what color?
The hat was I don't remember. I think it was a black hat. And the check mark on the hat was the color blue.
Okay, perfect. Did he wear like something weird, like any coat or something, any shirt?
Yeah, he was wearing a black leather jacket that looked old and faded.
Okay, so did you smell like something weird, any weed smell or?
I didn't
that?
smell any hints of alcohol or marijuana off of him. No.
Okay, and did he say something that revealed his accent, like from where he belongs or something like that?
No, but he was kind of stuttering a bit, and I'm not sure if that was just because he was really angry. But I don't know. I couldn't hear any accent on him now.
Okay, and you mentioned that you are a little bit familiar with the Cheryl, the color, right?
Yeah.
So, do you know something about his family? Like how many members in his family, in her family, or something?
In Cheryl's?
Yeah.
No, not really.
So you don't know her that
No,
personally,
not
right?
that well. No,
Okay.
I can remember making sure that she was okay after, but there wasn't really much said between one another after the fact, other than talking about how scared we were over the incident.
Okay, so what weapon the suspect was using? Did you know that?
Yeah, he had the gun in his hand when I walked up to the counter. It was a flat black colored handgun.
Handgun. So,
yeah.
like, how could you say that that is a handgun? Any features, any characteristic of that?
I'm not too sure, like in depth on guns, but I'm pretty sure it was a pistol at least, in the one that you had to pull back to reload it.
Okay.
So.
Sorry, what was the color of the handgun?
Yeah, for sure. It was just a flat black colored handgun.
Okay,
Just all black. No parts on it.
Okay. Is there any camera? Did you notice, like into the store or out of the store, outside the store?
I wasn't really too focused around on those types of things. I did quickly look around. I didn't think to check for any cameras or anything like that. No, but I did like walking in the store, quickly survey the area, but I didn't think to look for that.
Okay. So, what you guys did when he left?
So when he left the store, he turned right and began running south on Main Street. I ran to the window, but he had disappeared behind parked cars and traffic. I didn't notice it in the store, but he appeared to be limping, or at least favoriting his right leg when he began to run. After he had escaped, I checked on Cheryl, who was in shock and still standing behind the cash register. Asked her if she was hurt, and she replied no. But she was sobbing and really shook up. She then said he robbed me, and then I proceeded to call 911 and waited for the police to arrive.
Okay, and in what direction he left?
He started running south. Yeah, so he immediately exited out of the front door of the store, the same one I entered through, and he immediately turned right, running south down the street, down the main street. It's the name of the road there.
Okay. Is there anything you want to add on, or you might think that would be helpful?
So I'm going to be very forgiving this round because it's been so long and so many plays and forgot that. Okay, so yeah, have a conversation about how it went, whatever. Your opinion.
No, I think I pretty much got everything out that I wanted to talk about. And I would say the only thing I guess I would add is that I'm pretty certain that I would probably recognize the man if I ever saw him again, because I got a pretty good look at his face when he turned around to face me. So
Okay, perfect.
that's really about it.
That's everything?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so thank you so much for your cooperation.
Yeah, of
We
course.
will do everything to locate the suspect. Thank you so
you.
much for your time.
Yeah, of course.